Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. This has been a while in the making. It's pretty hard to find stuff out there these days, but I think I found some pretty decent quality. So I have another video for you here. First thing that I wanted to show you, I already have in my collection, so it's not a super big deal to find this, but I'm sure somebody will want this. And that's the player's guide for Super Mario Sunshine. So pretty good right there. It's got a little bit of wear to it, and I think one of the corners, I'm trying to remember where it was a little bit ripped, but not too bad, and I'm sure somebody would appreciate that. That'll probably go to like a show or something like that. So pretty cool right there. Next one I picked up, and this was for $6. I thought it's a pretty good deal, is Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Not really like the highly revered of the series, unfortunately. There's some glaring flaws, I think, in this one, but this one is sealed, so I thought I'd pick that up and try to flip that one and see if I could, but so far I've had a little bit of trouble with that on the local buy and sell site, so that's unfortunate. Here I've got the first PS4 game I've ever picked up, and I don't even have a PS4, and I know people are already starting to squawk about PS5, so we'll see how that goes, but I picked up this here. It's called Tiny Troopers Joint Ops. Kind of reminds me a little bit of, you know, like an Army Men kind of game, has that sort of perspective to it, and I love those on the PS1 and everything, so I thought I would pick this up because it looked pretty good. It had an $8 price tag on it. I don't know if it goes for that much more really than that, but there it is, and it actually comes with what looks like a manual, which I don't know if that's super common these days, so pretty cool right there. And then I also picked up this. Now I had a few other games when I was picking this one up from Value Village. I had a few other games in mind in the stack, but I just sort of decided against picking them up just because I already had them, and I figured I'd just leave them for somebody else kind of idea. But this one here is Legend of Dragoon, and I need to recase this big time because these spokes, or whatever you call them, that hold the discs in this one, they're not holding the discs in, so this definitely needs to be recased. It is missing its manual, but I only paid $4 for that, which is pretty surprising at Value Village these days, and I thought that was a pretty good deal, and I already have it in my collection, so I'll end up flipping it, although the discs on this one, all the cases back to the discs on this one are like in excellent condition, so I'll have to see if they're a replacement for mine, because I think mine is also a greatest hits copy. I'm not 100% certain about that, since my collection's still in storage right now. One day, stopped in at one of my local spots and picked up these three games. Nothing like super crazy, but I didn't have a couple of them for the collection. First one is Super Monkey Ball Jr. for the GBA. And then this one's kind of cool. I heard like the first one's pretty amazing. The second one's a pretty good platformer too, and that's Lilo and Stitch 2. So movie tie-in games, I guess, don't always have to be horrible. That one's a pretty cool platformer. If you haven't checked it out, go check some gameplay of that. And then I also picked up Dungeons and Dragons Eye of the Beholder. So those are all pretty good, and I paid like about $3 each for them, so not too bad at all. Moving on from there, I picked up a stack of Xbox games. Now one of these is free, so first one I'll show you is the freebie that I picked out, and that was ScoobyDoo Mask. And this one will probably be flipped because I think I already have it in my collection, but this one unfortunately does not have a manual. This one I'm pretty sure I have as well, and that's Godzilla Save the Earth. So for the original Xbox, they all are really, so I don't really need to say that again, I think. But again, it's missing its manual. But you know, for like $4 or whatever, I thought I'd grab it. And then this one was kind of cool, Atari Anthology. I know I have this one for sure, but I couldn't turn it down. It's just great collection. It has 67 Atari 2600 games on it. So, I mean, if you have that, then you don't even really need an Atari. I think it says 18 classic arcade games as well. So, I mean, you know, for what that's worth, it's definitely worth it. This one's going to be for flip as well, but I'll have to check it against mine when I get my collection back. And that is The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Oogie's Revenge. And it's complete. I think the shape of this one's pretty decent too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's pretty excellent. So that minty copy might end up in my collection, or I'll have to check mine against this one, I'm not sure. But that being said, that one you'll see at a show eventually here. And then this is one that I've wanted for a very long time. And back when I was looking at it, or whenever I've seen it at a show, people had some like ridiculous price tags on this one. And it's kind of interesting because when I check it out on eBay, it really doesn't go for much more than I paid for it, but I really wanted it for the collection. And that's Grabbed by the Ghoulies, which you can see the little rare symbol there, which doesn't mean a whole lot after Microsoft took it over, but still cool nonetheless, and kind of like a follow-up to Zombies Ate My Neighbors sort of idea. And I think graphically speaking, this game probably holds up like one of the best. It has that sort of cartoony kind of thing, which ends up holding up a lot better than a lot of original Xbox games. So this one looks like a lot of fun. I've seen completely scathing sort of negative reviews on it, and I've also seen people that have taken sort of more in-depth look at it and appreciate it a lot more. And when I look at the comments that people left on, you know, reviews and everything of this one, they have positive things to say. They said they really enjoyed it as a kid and those types of things. So I'm pretty happy to add this in the collection. It was really on my want list there, and it's a pretty minty copy, and luckily for me, this is one of the ones that came with the manual, so I am super pumped about that. That being said, that's everything I found recently. Not a huge haul considering the amount of time it's been since my last pickup video, but you get what you get. So that's everything I got for you this time around. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.